Hey guys, so we're doing the Warrior Diet.
But are there other fasting diets available?
Stay tuned.
You know, a couple days ago, jeans that I ran for a long time. Hey guys, it's Josh.
And Zach.
And this is the Goandkeepgoing YouTube channel. We're an accountability channel for fitness and for weight loss. Zach and I are both on a journey to lose weight and live healthier lives, and we want you guys to come along with us. If this is your first time visiting the channel and watching our videos, we want to encourage you to subscribe, comment on our videos, like the videos, let us know what you're interested in seeing, what you want us to talk about, and we would love to hear updates about how you're doing on your weight loss journey. So, this week what we're talking about, currently we're on the Warrior Diet. We're almost done with 2 weeks. We are gonna do one more week. Well, one more week, we might do a little bit longer, but one more week as of right now. So what the Warrior Diet is a type of intermittent fasting. So what we're doing is we're fasting for 20 hours a day, and we're only eating between the hours of 4 and 8 p.m. So you try to get all of your calories in between that window of 4 hours. But what we want to talk about is all the different types of fasting that are available. So you can kind of discover which one's the best for you. It depends on the person. It depends on what your schedule is. It depends on how you feel. So we're going to talk about the different types. So to start off, keep in mind that neither he and I are experts in this matter whatsoever.
We don't have degrees in hell.
Right, nothing like that. The whole purpose of us doing this is because we're learning with you guys. So we're learning and we're trying to discover how our body's going to react to these different things. So intermittent fasting, what is its purpose? What is its claims? What is it, what does everybody think it's supposed to do? So really, there's all kinds of testing that's been done to suggest that it does help with weight loss. Obviously, he and I have been losing weight since we started the diet.
That's true.
So what it is there's a couple different things that you'll hear about dieting, and some of it's fact, some of it's things that are not necessarily true. Like for example, it's very common to hear that when your body goes into starvation mode, then what's gonna happen is your body's gonna start taking away muscle mass and all that kind of stuff. That's why it's important when you're eating, when it's your eating period, you don't wanna binge on fast food and bad foods and stuff. You still need to be putting good things into your body, which is including a whole bunch of protein. That's why we're taking different protein shakes and trying to eat, protein heavy foods, because we don't want it to affect our muscle mass. We want it to kind of take the excess fat that we have in our body.
Really?
So that's really where it comes from.
Yeah, and I know as far as what I was looking up, it can affect your insulin levels. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I would think if you were close to, if your doctor said, hey, you're borderline diabetes, maybe this would be an option to try. It's just something to give it a try. Why not? Right? I mean, I ain't telling you to do it, but if you want to, it could help.
It's certainly something you can ask your doctor about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure, depending on what what your goals are, if you want to lose weight as well on top of all that, then sure, yeah, this might be something to give a try.
Right.
So I know there's, you can go ahead and go through a list of the different kind of diets.
Yeah, there's all different ones. Let's go through them. So, talking about the different types of intermittent fasting diets, probably the most common one you guys have heard is called the 16-8 diet. What that means is you're fasting for 16 hours a day, and then you're eating for 8.
Yeah, which most of you may not realize, you might be doing that already.
Right.
Think about it. A lot of people skip breakfast. Breakfast is a common thing that, a lot of nutritionalists will say you need to have breakfast. Others will say you don't have to. Well, a lot of you might be doing that anyway. You might just wake up and go, I'm not hungry. You wait till lunch, you eat at noon, you get home, you have dinner, and by 8 o'clock, you're done. You're doing the 16-8.
You're going to bed by that time.
So think about it. If you're going through that, tell us how it's going. I mean, I know my dad does that. He does 16-8 all the time.
Doesn't realize it?
Doesn't realize it, no. So, it can work for some, or, it may not work for those. Yeah,
and granted, what we're doing, the Warrior Diet, the fasting for 20 hours, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah.
We kind of went for not fasting. It's a very so if you're not ready for that type of thing, the 16-8 might be something that you would consider doing. It's fasting, the same thing, but it's less.
I mean, I think if we were doing the 16-8, I would be not as moody,
not as hangry,
because I would just be like, all right, it's only a few more hours, and I can eat lunch. But in this case, it's like, oh, we got to make it past lunch. So maybe if you don't feel like 20 hours is suitable for you, try the 16-8. That's 16-8. A lot easier as far as making that next step.
And I think that's why it's one of the more common ones.
Yeah.
So I actually just learned about this one for the first time when we were doing research on the topic. So there's one called the 5-2 diet, which means when I first read it, I was a little confused. It says that you fast for 2 days per week. So how I read it was you fast for 2 days back to back. No, that's not what that means. I couldn't do that because 20 hours is difficult for me. But essentially what it means is you alternate days. Like for example, you would eat normally on Monday, for example. You would fast on Tuesday, and then you would eat normally Wednesday and Thursday, and then maybe fast on Friday. So you're fasting for a full 24 hours.
Not bad.
Right, for 2 different days of the week. And eventually by fasting, your body's going to go into that kind of starvation mode to kind of give the same effects of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
To kind of use up that excess fat in your body.
Now I will say though, I think that with the warrior diet, with the 16-8, if you go to the gym or work out, I think it's still doable and manageable because you have proteins, you have carbs, you have things going into your body that you're going to burn at some point throughout the day. This diet to me seems like during the 5 days that you're eating, sure, you can hit the gym. But if you want to hit the gym during those 2 days of fasting, that could be, I don't want to say dangerous, but it could be. Because you're in there, and say you work out in the evenings because that's your only time to work out.
Right.
You haven't had anything all day, nothing on your stomach. You go and you work out, you go ham, and you leave and you fall out and pass out in the middle of the parking lot. You know what I mean? Just
because you got to think what your body's doing. Like you're using up energy, so your body's like, where's all this energy?
Which is good that you'd be burning more in the gym, but at the same time, there's nothing there to keep you stable, I think. So that might be something to consider, is to maybe you won't work out on those 2 days. It's just the fasting day for you.
And it's really, and again, we don't like this term, but listen to your body. We've talked about that. We don't like that, but I mean, that's the best way to put it. I mean, if you don't if you feel like you're weak, or if you feel like you just can't do it,
dizzy, nauseous,
that's okay. You can take a break.
On the Pepto-Bismol label, you make sure, you make sure you listen to your own body here.
For sure, right. So there's 5-2. There's another one that's called the 24-hour intermittent fasting, which essentially means for
just 24 hours a week.
24 hours. You pick a day and then you fast for 24 hours.
Yep.
So it's the 5-2. Essentially, you're just doing it 1 day a week.
Right.
And then I think that was pretty much the.
There was one more that was the every other day.
Correct.
Which is Monday eat, Tuesday don't, Wednesday eat, Thursday don't, and you just do that back to back. Which again, I kind of want to stress: if you're working out, you probably want to work out on the days you're eating.
Right, and hopefully when you're eating on your eating days, whatever nutrients you're putting into your body are staying in your body long enough to kind of go into you. But again, as we always try to stress, everybody's body's different.
Yeah, it is.
It just depends.
It really depends on how your body's going to react, because you might be doing this warrior diet right now, and then I say in a month I'm going to do the 5-2, and all of a sudden I get ripped in a month, and you're still and you're getting ripped on the warrior diet. It really just depends. Everybody's different. Not everybody's going to have the same reaction or results from the same thing.
Right, for sure. That's all the different types, so that's what we wanted to go over to. I mean, just because we're doing the warrior diet and seeing some results doesn't mean that it's the best one for you.
Right.
So if you're looking into trying something all week, we can just encourage you to do your research.
Let us know.
Ask the questions. Please let us know. Yeah, we would love to know how you're doing. We would love to see before and after pictures. We want to know your results. We want to know what you're eating. All that good stuff. So that's really the only thing I want to mention for this week. I just want to give you guys a kind of a heads up of some things that we have coming down the pipeline that we want you guys to be looking out for. So he and I, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to exercising, we tend to do the same thing. We'll just show up in the gym and kind of just run around lifting weights and doing a bit of cardio. It's very unscheduled and very kind of unstructured. So we're going to be in the future trying some exercises that neither one of us have ever done before. Neither one of us have ever tried yoga. So guess what? We're going to try yoga. And it's going to be very embarrassing. And it's going to, because I have no balance. I'm very large. I fall over very easily.
I'm not large, but I still fall over.
So we're going to be trying yoga. We're definitely going to be trying some other diets, trying some other diet foods, a couple of other diet fads. So definitely be looking for videos on that. And as always, we have our weigh-ins every Monday. So you guys keep a lookout for this coming weigh-in in a couple days.
Excited.
That's right. We're
hoping for the best.
We're optimistic, but I don't think we'll have the same results we had last week.
This guy.
Anyway.
I don't know. We'll see. I have high hopes for you. I do. I think you'll pull it off.
I would take another 7 pounds.
Oh, I'm sure.
I would take that for sure. As always, I just want to let you remind you guys, please subscribe to our channel. Please leave comments. If we're not talking about something that's relevant, and you want to know something, if you want us to talk about something, try something, please give us that feedback.
Speak up,
yeah, we want to know. Like the videos, definitely subscribe and keep watching. And I think that's all we got this week.
Well, what else do we have for motivation for the finish off?
Right, motivation. What you got? You got anything?
Well, I was thinking earlier, you know, as far as food, I've been talking a lot about the, you know, making the right decisions as far as working out or staying motivated, making sure you don't let yourself down.
Right.
As far as food goes, think about what you're eating. Look at what you're eating. Don't say, I'm going to make X amount of food because I think this is what I can fit.
Which is what I do.
Right.
Right.
You tend to just go, I'm going to make this because I'm starving like Marvin. I'm going to eat all this food. And then you get to it and you're like, wasn't really that hungry. Portion size yourself.
Definitely.
Make sure you pace yourself too. I'm a terrible person about eating quick. I can eat my meal in 5 minutes, not joking, and then I have an indigestion immediately afterwards. Make sure you pace yourself, portion size yourself. Make sure you're just very cognizant of what you're doing as far as your food.
Right.
Always make healthy decisions, but make sure you're eating slower. Chew your food. The more you chew your food, easier it is for your stomach to digest it. That's a proven fact.
Yeah, and we don't want you to swallow your food whole. We don't want that.
So just make sure, you know, if you're planning on making something big, say, you know what, maybe I don't need to make it this big. Maybe I can just have this much. And if you're still hungry afterwards, everybody's got little things to go and have a snack on, or just don't.
Right.
Maybe you've had enough for the day.
I mean, if you make a big batch of something, give yourself half of what you think that you'll be able to handle.
Yeah.
And then after you've eaten that half, give yourself another scoop.
Exactly.
Just take it slowly.
Yep.
Yeah. Other than that, I think that's all we got this week. You guys stay tuned for the weights and all the other videos we got coming down. We're getting excited about it.
Yeah.
But until next video, I'm Josh.
I'm Zach.
And we're going to keep going.
Thanks
Thanks guys.